All right, who's ready? Come forward if you're ready.
We conferred and she's rejecting the state's offer.
All right, Ursula, come forward.
That's when we offered the seat.
Is it Ursula or Araceli?
Araseli, Judge.
All right, what is her, Araceli Robles?
Is this one hopeless?
Yeah, she's not happy.
Okay.
Yeah, she's not happy.
Okay, Judge, this would be contested. So
Okay.
I didn't realize that until just right now.
Okay.
We did confirm, I'm sorry, we did confirm, but then I just found out right now, so I just got to give probation.
I didn't know what you meant when
Okay.
you said whoever's ready. I thought you.
Okay, all right, if you'll talk to probation.
Yes.
All right, just have a seat. We keep bringing you up here on your bad legs. Sorry about that. All right, Samantha Venegas. Hello. Okay, all right, you're gonna come back here tomorrow and we're gonna have a jury brought up. And whoever, if you decide to hire an attorney, you need to let them know they need to be prepared and ready to go to trial tomorrow. All right, Ms. Ferguson, if you'll give her a reset form for tomorrow, please. All right, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Callahan.
Yeah.
All right, oh, and Denny, if you can make sure that you all have already done an acknowledgement of discovery for me. I see one, but it hasn't been signed. And then for the other one, the evading arrest, I don't have one either.
Same transaction episode, Your Honor.
Ah, okay, thank you. Johnny Joe Aguirre. All right, so jury trial,
Yes, ma'am.
all right.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All right, so we'll bring him over tomorrow.
All right, I haven't had him dressed yet, but do you have clothes in there? You can always put them in there.
Deputy Laura, Johnny Joe Aguirre needs to be dressed for trial.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Look it up.
Great.
Tomorrow at 9.
I'm not quite sure that will be because she's not feeling well, but just to let you know,
Okay,
just let you know. So tomorrow, 9
Obviously,
o'clock.
fine with that then.
all right, so tomorrow at 9. Okay,
Thank you, Judge.
you're welcome. Yes, is your client is not in custody, correct? All right, Ms. Ferguson, she needs a reset form.
Judge,
Just give me one moment. I'm putting stuff in Odyssey. Yes, I think it's him first, then you.
I'm sorry?
It's David Garcia first, then you.
Oh,
He was
okay.
in line before
Okay,
you.
I didn't know that.
That's okay. Yes, who do you have?
So I have Marco Moreno Vasquez, Judge. He's in the box.
All right, Marco Moreno Vasquez, come forward.
He's a Spanish speaker, Judge.
Norma, we need an interpreter.
I filed a motion for continuance. That's why.
Okay. All right. And who do you have?
I'm Anthony Villarreal. It's the third trial setting.
All right, Villarreal. Come forward. Hello, thank you for
Hi.
dressing appropriately for court. All right, we'll see you tomorrow, 9 a.m. They'll give you a reset form.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, and counsel, make sure that you've done an acknowledgement of discovery, please. All right, you have Mr.
Villanueva?
Villanueva, come forward. All right, Norma, they're coming back tomorrow at 9. All right, make sure that the acknowledgement of discovery has been completed. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court. You always do, though.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right, who's here on Lombardi? Well, see y'all tomorrow for jury trial. Ms. Ferguson will give you a reset form. Be sure you sign the acknowledgement of discovery.
Okay.
And is your client outside somewhere?
I don't know where she is, Your Honor.
Well, where is she? Did she leave?
I don't know.
Is she outside in the hallway?
She's not outside now.
All right, we're gonna go on the record. Court is calling 2024 CR 1252 and 2024 CR 1253. State of Texas versus Lirio Marie Lombardi. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense?
Shannon Locke for Lirio Lombardi.
All right, so this is scheduled for jury trial today. The defendant was present in the courtroom. All right, we're back on the record. So this case was called at 9 a.m. this morning. The defendant was late. However, the defendant did show up later in the day. The defendant was not given excuse to leave the court. So defense, where is Ms. Lombardi?
I don't know, Your Honor.
All right, Deputy Laura, could you make an announcement outside for Lirio Marie Lombardi? All right, Deputy, did you make an announcement in the hallway?
Yes, I did.
And what were the results?
There's no one in the hallway and the people that were there was none of them.
All right, state.
That's a thought overture or judge's warrant, Judge?
All right, the court will grant the state's a judge's warrant and remand the defendant without bond in each cause number. If your client makes an appearance, the court will reconsider.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. You're
We bring her in
excused.
tomorrow morning.
If she comes tomorrow morning, we will see. I'll reconsider.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Mark Morgan,
Present, Your Honor.
thank you for your patience.
No problem, Judge.
I'm not here. I'll be in my office working on it as well, so it's just.
Okay. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring it back tomorrow for trial.
Okay, yes, Your Honor.
All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
And no gum chewing. And counsel, could you make sure that you have the acknowledgement of discovery completed?
Yes, Your Honor, will do.
All right, thank you. All right, so this is jury trial, correct? Oh,
Yes.
How are you doing?
I'm all right.
All right, so we're gonna bring you back tomorrow for trial.
For
Yes,
to
sir.
start drawing to pick the jury. Or-
Oh, it's gonna be jury selection and also it will be testimony.
So Judge, with this matter, I know we were technically set today for discovery compliance, where we got that surveillance video. So I mean, a little bit more time to prepare would be appreciated, but if the
Okay.
court would prefer us to go, we can be ready for tomorrow as well. The court's obvious discretion.
All right. State,
Yes, Your Honor.
they're saying, I know that y'all discussed with me that the video was turned over and it really wasn't anything relatable to this case. But the defense is asking for more time to just be better prepared. But he said that he would be able to be prepared for tomorrow. Do you have any objections to giving him a little more time or?
No objection.
All right, so how much time are you asking for, counsel?
We could have, another holiday is coming up, Judge, shortly thereafter the holiday, maybe the first week of December, if at all possible.
I tell you what, let me do this. I'm gonna bring you guys back on the 21st of November. That will be for your plea deadline date since you're saying you got this new video.
Okay.
After that, there will be no further plea deadline dates given. If you decide to enter a plea bargain agreement after that date, I'll only accept it for good cause. Otherwise, you have to plea open to the court. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So then after the 21st, you'll be given a new jury trial date.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Deputy Laura, you can counsel Morse. Yes, you have any questions? Oh, thank you, you too. All right. So the court is calling 2023 CR 4371B State versus Marco Antonio Marina Vasquez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state? Off the record for a moment. Excuse me. You all should not look at me. I'm gonna do you like I do my niece. Look me in the eye. You all should not be talking in the box. You both are in the box because you have charges. So you're in the orange, go down to that end. All right, we're back on the record. So it's State of Texas versus Marco Antonio Marino Vasquez. Can I have parties announced for the record? State. Defense.
David A. Garcia.
And are you Mr. Marco Antonio Marino Vasquez?
Yes.
So we're here today for a jury trial.
We are, Judge. I filed a motion for continuance. The state had told me that there was additional discovery. I got him a 2 terabyte drive. He copied it, notified me that there was still discovery that needed to be turned over, so I needed to bring another disk. I picked up both disks last week. I think it was on Wednesday. And so I have not had a chance. It's over 2 terabytes, Judge, of discovery. So I've not been able to go through that. I've conferred with the state. I've conferred with my client. My client is itching for a trial, Judge, but before we go to trial on a murder charge, I want to make sure I've looked at all of the discovery and he has also. So that's why I filed this motion.
All right, and is that don't downloaded and been given to defense?
All evidence that's in possession of the state has been turned over to defense.
The prior discovery that we had received, Judge, I had my investigator show it to my client, but this is additional and it's voluminous. That's why I've not been able to go through it.
All right, and so I'm just trying to understand, what is the additional, is the additional the video from home cameras or something?
Judge, I'll tell you, what ended up happening here in this case, with our due diligence at this point, we have accomplished that, even though late in the game.
And Judge, if I can add that, prosecutor had told me probably 2 months ago, and I had stopped by to get it. And so he had been trying to get it. It was at the point where he was like, I don't even have it yet. I've been trying to get it. So it's not like either one of us was just sort of laying off the law. We've both been trying to get this. And so now that I have it, I think I can go through with my client and do it as quickly as possible so that, because he does want to go to trial, Judge. And so, I don't want to delay this, but I do want to make sure before we go to trial, I protect his rights and my license.
May I say something?
All right, so the question is, do you want to say something? And what you want to say, have you discussed that with your attorney about what you would like to say?
No.
All right, let's do this. Let's go off the record briefly. If you could step over there and tell your attorney what you would like to say and get some advice on from him as to whether or not you should be saying it.
And just off the record, Judge, we've been through this before and he starts discussing the case.
Okay. So I'll let you step to the side.
Poor Judge, he wants to ask for a new attorney.
So he can explain everything very well in Spanish.
Oh, okay. Here's the thing. We're not on the record. He speaks fluent Spanish. I know he speaks fluent Spanish.
Yes, but in 21 months, he's only communicated with my wife once.
No. Let me explain something to you. And I want you to listen to me very clearly. All right? And I'm going to ask you a question that is unrelated to this case, and it's some information that people can easily find. How old are you?
25? 35.
So here's the thing. I know saying 25, I know that's not in Spanish. I know a little Spanish. And I know 25, your response to me is in English. So we have an interpreter here. So use the interpreter.
35.
All right, 35. All right. Here's what people don't understand. And I think you've seen me explain this to people before. He is your attorney. He's not your wife's attorney. He's in charge of your case. There are certain things that you can 100% make a decision on by yourself. One, whether or not you go to trial, whether or not you testify, and some more things. But as far as being in charge of trial strategy, that's within your attorney's purview. Who your attorney wants to speak to about your case is in his purview. Your wife is not his client. So,
Well, I'm not happy.
well, here's the thing. A lot of us are not happy, but we deal with life. What I'm telling you is, one, I make sure attorneys have all of their discovery before they proceed to trial. He has all the discovery. Now, he wants to make sure that he's reviewed the new discovery he has with you so that you can make an informed decision about how you want to proceed, which is within your purview, whether you want to go to trial or not go to trial, whether you want a bench trial or not, or a jury trial. So I'm going to give him a chance to do that. I require that the state tender an offer. I'm assuming an offer has been tendered. And then ethically, your attorney has to present that offer to you. You can either accept it or not accept it. I know sometimes people want a dismissal. He cannot force the state to give you a dismissal if that's what you want. He can ask them for it. I'm assuming because this is leading towards trial, he's probably asked for a dismissal and they've said no. So guess what? If they say they're not offering you a dismissal, they're not offering you one. Contrary to popular belief, attorneys don't walk around with dismissals in their pockets and just take it out for the clients that they like. So once an offer has been given to you, you have a choice. You can accept the offer, or you can present the state with a counter offer, which means you will say, for example, you would say, I'm not accepting, 10 years, I'll accept 5 years. Then your attorney will go to the state with that offer and they'll say, hey, he's not accepting 5 years, he'll accept 10 years. And the state will say, no, we're not offering that and we're never going to offer it. Our offer is 10, that's our offer. Then you have a decision to make. Either you want a jury trial or you don't. That's it. Your attorney can't force them to give you what you think you deserve. He can't force them to give you a dismissal if you think the case should be dismissed. Do you understand?
Yes.
So this is going to jury trial, if that's what you want. That's what you want, a jury trial?
Yes, yes.
All right, so your attorney says he wants a little bit more time to go over the videos that he have so that hopefully you can see the videos. And who knows, maybe you'll see a video and you will say, okay, this is what I want to do with the case. Completely up to you. I think your attorney will tell you, if you want a jury trial, I will give you a jury trial. You understand?
Yes, yes, yes.
So, counsel, if we bring this back on the 21st for you to have gone over videos with him, will you be able to do that?
I will do everything in my power to make that happen, Judge. I can't guarantee that we'll have seen everything, but I think there's a chance that we'll be able to get it done by then.
All right, state, do you have any objections? Because I know we're set for jury trial today. Do you have any objections to moving this to November 21st for a plea deadline date?
Just to let the state report out, that's not, the state is ready. So we don't have any objections.
All right, so we're gonna go on the record. My understanding from conversations off the record, state is prepared for trial. I'm gonna grant your motion for continuance. And we're gonna recall this back for November 21st for a plea deadline date. And on that date, you need to let the court know whether or not you want a jury trial, whether or not you all have reached an agreement. If you cannot reach an agreement, it will be set for a trial, and it's gonna be set for trial in December. And you'll be brought over dressed in whatever clothing you have at the jail. If you wish to be attired in something differently, then you'll need to sign a clothing exchange. Do you understand?
We're gonna get him clothing, Judge.
Thank you.
And Judge, my wife and I will be gone the second half of December, so we could try it early December if that's what
Yes.
happens. And then here's the discovery. Look at that.
Oh, yeah. Any other questions, sir?
If that's
Yes.
what happens. And then here's the discovery. Look at that.
Oh, yeah. Any other questions, sir?
I was asking him if I pay the bond, he's saying that immigration. will not kick me
And
out.
Judge,
All right.
one of the big issues of contention is that on the system, I even went through it with him, it only shows the tampering charge with a bond of 2,000. Doesn't show the murder, doesn't show anything else. And I've explained to him that his family can go pay the bond, and I hope to God he gets out. But because I've double checked, and I think I checked previously, there is an immigration hold.
All right, so let me explain something to you. This attorney here, did you hire him to take care of your immigration issues?
No, no.
So he's not in charge of your immigration issues. That is a separate division of the government. I have no control. If you have a hold, an immigration hold, I can't lift that hold. That's federal. If he's not your attorney on the immigration issues, don't come to him with you want a lifting of your immigration issues because he has been hired for that. The only thing that he's been appointed to represent you on is this case. And myself, I had an issue or concern because it shows that it's tampering with evidence. But when you look at your indictment, this is your indictment. And in your indictment, the murder count is in there. So it's there. But just on the system, somebody, the way they indicted it, the tampering comes first, and then you have the murder case. You understand? So do not get upset with him about immigration issues because he's not your immigration attorney. You need to talk to your immigration attorney, talk to the federal government, but that's not within his purview. He is only representing you on this murder case and this indictment, nothing else. Now, what I will tell you is he or an immigration attorney needs to give you advice or tell you the law on what will happen with your immigration status if you're found guilty of this, if you take a plea. But that is as far as his representation of you goes as it relates to immigration issues. Do you understand?
Exactamente, yo no le dije a él que me ayudara con eso, no me hice una pregunta. I didn't ask him especially to help me with immigration, I just asked him a question.
All right, so here's the answer to your question. He has nothing to do with your immigration hold.
Y por eso, de eso del engaño, nomás quiero ir a juicio, porque ahí me están acusando a mí de asesinato. About the indictment, I do want to go to trial because they're accusing me of murder. Bueno, y quiero que me enseñen.
Oh, you're gonna get your jury trial. That's what's gonna happen.
No, le estoy diciendo de.
No, I'm telling you.
Ahí en el indictment
In
dice.
the indictment, it says,
Todo lo que dice ahí.
everything that it says there,
Haz de cuenta, es pura mentira.
It's
No
just
tengo
a
nada-
lie.
no tengo nada que ver
Oh,
ahí.
so here's the thing. If you're saying that everything in the indictment is a lie, then you go to a jury trial, and you know what happens at the jury trial? The state will call witnesses. 12 jurors will be sitting in the box, and they'll make a determination on whether you're guilty or not. That's the way it works. Okay. And you want a jury trial? He's trying to get you one, but he wants to make sure that you've seen all the evidence. Do you understand?
Sí.
yes.
Any other issues?
No, esto no.
No,
All right,
that's
we
it.
can go off the record. So here's the thing. As a defense attorney, I would tell people, stop taking me down a rabbit trail over something I have nothing to do with. He has nothing to do with your immigration issue. There's nothing he can do about it.
No, nomás le hice una
So it would probably help you if you would stop asking him to do something about your immigration. And from what he's told the court, he's already told you what your bond is. Your family can make the bond or not make the bond. I will tell you what the law is. They can make your bond. If your bond were $2 million and they made it, guess what? You're not going anywhere because you have an immigration hold. It's sort of like when people have blue warrants when they're on parole. Their parents, their grandparents can do plate sales or whatever, make the bond, but guess what? You got an immigration hold, you got a bond hold for a blue warrant. You're not going anywhere. So that's where you are, okay? So don't come to him with stuff that has nothing to do with the price of peaches, all right? All right, any other questions?
No, esto.
No, that's it.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
When is he coming back?
Thank you.
He's coming back on November 21st for Mario Vargas. Hello. All right, what's up with your client?
All right, Judge, I was here.
Monday, the 4th, because we were set for restitution hearing
Hmm.
last Thursday, and I came and informed the court that I had a CLE. And I had a discussion with you, and there was some confusion. And I had written down the 14th. I texted my client to be here on the 14th. He took off for the 14th. Hoping we can come back and see you on the 14th.
So
He's at
we'll call
work
you back
today.
on the 14th.
I'll be here at 9.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Ms. Ferguson, Vargas is for the 14th. All right, state, the restitution hearing on Mario Vargas is going to be the 14th.
Yes.
Joel Garcia. Oh, we're just waiting for your attorney. Oh, where's Miller?
Ready on a plea for Mr. Miller, Judge.
Mr. Miller, come forward. All right, we're going on the record. Court is calling 2024 CR 44698, State of Texas versus Roland Miller. Can I have parties announced?
Antonio Aviola for the state.
Leo Gonzalez for Roland Miller.
And are you Mr. Miller?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, you received all of the discovery.
Yes, I have, Your Honor.
Did you review it with your client?
I have.
Mr. Miller, did you review the document entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication or Community Supervision with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you're charged with aggravated robbery? That's a first-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 5 to 99 years or life in prison and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand? Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to life in prison and up to $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes,
Are you a U.S. citizen?
yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, there's a $1,500 fine, affirmative finding of family violence, and the state recommends deferred adjudication. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 7 years. There be a TAP evaluation, 120 hours community service restitution, and no contact with Faith Dennis and Lamar Miller. Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer finding the guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Yes, Your Honor. He does understand. He did try to assist the complaining witness in this case, but he should have done more to prevent this from occurring in the first place. He does have a steady job. He does not have any more contact with his brother. That's the alleged co-defendant who's still on the run at this point.
So how does he saying he tried to assist the complainant?
Well, I can tell you, Your Honor, he fronted the money for the complaining witness to be able to leave the apartment at that point. So without that money being given out, the brother wouldn't have allowed either one of them to leave the apartment. So that occurred. Yeah, there was a firearm that was still given to him. He did not call the police. He did not prevent that information from being reached to other people to assist in what had taken place. But he did do what he could to try to minimize the situation at that point. But he understands that he has a role that he is limited in, and he understands consequences that come with those actions.
All right, and what does the complainant say? Was he helpful?
She has no opinion on punishment, Your Honor.
Yeah, he's saying that he tried to help her. Is the complainant saying that he tried to help her?
No, Your Honor, she's not.
Anything you wish to say? Are you employed?
Yes, ma'am.
What do you do?
I work at Toyota Plea.
When's the last time you saw your brother?
Ooh. Like 6 months ago, 7 months ago.
So how you get involved in all of this?
Well, the girl, she was my friend, and I had took her to my house to wash clothes and whatnot. And then I guess while I was taking a shower, she had stole to my brother. And that's how I got into it.
All right, the court will sentence you to 8 years deferred adjudication. There's a $1,500 fine, time and money to be probated. I'm sorry, $1,500 fine probated. There's regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs, proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. There's to be no contact with the following persons. Restitution, if any. 120 hours of community service restitution. Do you have any children? What are their ages?
79.
All right. Do you have contact with them?
Yes.
If you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
I might be ill.
For what?
Marijuana.
All right. When you're on probation, there's no marijuana allowed. You understand? That's either yes or no.
Yes.
All right. I'm going to order parenting classes. Once he completes parenting classes, the community service hours will be deemed satisfied. There's a TAP evaluation out of custody. And field visits 1 time per month for 6 months. All right. Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
Judge, we just asked that his GPS monitor be removed because he's no longer, as part of his condition of bond.
State, do you have any objection to the removal of GPS? All right. The court will allow removal of GPS. Defense, I'm going to allow removal of GPS on Thursday, November 14th, and state you're to contact the complainant and let them know that GPS is being removed.
Yes, Judge.
All right, is there anything else?
No, Your Honor.
All right, in this court, communication is key. We're off the record. If there's an issue, you need to let your probation officer know.
Yes.
If you feel they're not addressing it, then you can come back to court. All right, and probation, if you make sure he's tested for levels. All right, you're excused.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Karen Munoz. All right, are y'all ready to proceed on the motion to revoke?
Yes.
All right, can I have a file stamp for a motion to revoke? Yeah. And did you do a trial court certification?
I asked, he said, I didn't need to, it's a continue, so I didn't.
Well, I get to decide if it's continued or not, so
There's
y'all wanna,
nothing up there. It's,
all right. All right, they're gonna print one out for you.
okay.
Court is calling 2022 CR 6643 State versus Karen Munoz. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense.
Brian Kimbrough.
And are you Miss Munoz?
Yes.
Did you review the document entitled Motion to Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it? Are you the same Karen Munoz who was placed on community supervision in 2022 CR 6643 for the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1 gram to 4 grams on January 4th, 2024 for a period of 5 years? Is that you?
Yes.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 1, the court could find it true, grant the motion, and send you to prison for up to 5 years and a $2,500 fine? Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 1? Court will find violation of condition number 1 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
Yes.
Ms. Munoz, are you asking the court to follow that agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you waiving your right to appeal?
Yes,
All right, why have you raised your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record. All right, why have you not been doing well on probation?
Only thing I didn't do well is because I've been on parole before and I thought that we did the UAs there at the probation office. So the second visit, that's when it makes my understanding that we have to go somewhere else. And he said, the next time you come, make sure you give me a good before you get here. And I said, okay.
Okay, so here it is.
I
It's
got
not about this
arrested.
UA because you picked up a new number 1.
Oh, yeah.
So we're back to why are you not doing well on probation?
Kind of long and short story. My husband, he passed away. And I stopped trying for like 7 days and here we are.
So here's the thing, you can't throw your life off track because something happens, especially you, because you're on probation and you could be going to prison. All right, I'll follow your agreement and she's to remain in custody until transfer to Esperanza Court. So the court will deny the motion, alter the main conditions to Esperanza Court. And if Esperanza Court does not accept her, we'll have her brought back. Yes. So TAP evaluation and custody. Referral to Esperanza Court and custody. And I'm gonna want field visits upon release 1 time per month for 6 months. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Jeremiah Simmons. Hello. Hello. I'm doing okay. How are you doing? All right, so where are we on your case?
Your Honor, we've received discovery, have an offer, and it's been conveyed, but we would like a plea deadline.
Okay. All right. How old are you, sir?
It's on the floor.
All right. Norma, set this case for a plea deadline date on December 10th. And it's Simmons. Is that enough time for you? All right, so we'll have you brought back on December 10th. On that day, you need to let the court know whether or not you've reached an agreement or not. If you make sure the acknowledgement is signed before you leave.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. Ms. Enriquez, Megan. On Angela Redwine, you and Mr. Kuntz are listed as the attorneys for her? No. Angela Lee Redwine. Yeah, she's not here. Let me see. Norma, do you know if a warrant has been issued on Redwine? And she also has violation reports and.
Yeah, there's a warrant out on the 5433 case.
All right, so we need the warrant on the other case.
I think she has an MTR as well.
All right, so Megan, are you prepared to go on the 7292 one, which is, she's not here?
Mr. Coons is in there, but I believe so,
Okay.
yes.
All right, could I have a prosecutor and Deputy Laura, could you make an announcement for Angela Lee Redwine? Court is calling 2024 CR 007292, State of Texas versus Angela Lee Redwine. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense?
Megan Enriquez, present for John Coons for Angela Redwine.
All right, so this hearing was scheduled at 9 a.m. This is actually set for jury trial today. It is now 2:14 p.m. The defendant did not answer docket call at 9 a.m. Deputy Laura, was an announcement made in the hallway?
Yes, she's not out there.
All right. And the court will note that previously she had warrants from precinct 1, but then the precinct said that they were no longer answering those warrants and coming to pick people up. Have you had any contact with her or Mr. Kuntz?
I believe our office did notify her of this court setting.
All right, state.
Yes, the bond to the vote, Mr. Warren.
All right, that'll be granted and she'll be remanded without bond. If your client makes an appearance, the court will reconsider.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, the parties on Adis.
Johnny Aguirre, come here. That's you? Okay, have a seat.
All right, Adis, Riadis.
Okay.
Yeah.
Espinosa Ray, come on.
They always do the hyphens different on the docket, so I never know if it's Adis Hernandez Rivas or Rivas Hernandez. All right. All right, good afternoon. Court is calling 2023 CR 4371A, State versus Adis Rivas Hernandez. Can I have parties announced for the record?
Jason, you're here for the state, Your
Monica Guerrero for Mr. I thought it was Hernandez Rivas.
See, they do it backwards. Are you Hernandez Rivas?
Yes.
Okay. Did you understand you're charged with murder? That's a first-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 5 to 99 years or life in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
No.
No.
According to the plea, the state is proceeding on count 1. Punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 35 years in the prison. There's a $2,500 fine. There's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon. And of course, because this is murder, you're not eligible for any type of probation. Did you understand this to be the plea?
Yes.
Outside the agreement, there's to be no contact with Marco Vasquez. Then to count 1, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No
contest.
Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence and the court will find you guilty. All right, off the record for a moment. So with regards to sentencing, it's taking 8 weeks for a PSI. If you all would like a shorter reset and set it for a shorter amount of time, I'll see what his criminal history is And everybody will have a chance to bring whatever witnesses they want to bring, but if you want a PSI, I'll set it for PSA.
I requested with Ms. Ferguson and she said she had a date of January 7th.
Okay.
For PSI.
All right. All right, we'll see you back on January 7th. Yes, no tap. Well, you can put a tap in there. Yeah, might as well. All right, who's ready? All right, who's your client? All right, if you have them pull the file.
Yes, it shouldn't be in front of you, so Garcia. Good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
Good afternoon, Judge.
Oh, yeah, good afternoon.
I was in Travis County this morning. I apologize to the court on our trial setting for a continual sexual abuse. With Mr. Garcia here,
Oh, just 1 second. I need them to pull me the file.
we don't need files.
Yeah, we do. We need files. We need them. Garcia, what's your client
Well-
first name?
Joel, well,
Oh, wait a minute. Let me see. Oh, you know what? It's here on the floor. All righty. All right, you're set for jury trial today.
we are, Judge.
Okay.
As the court knows, I was in trial last week, so I'm unready, not ready to proceed today. Additionally, we got some additional discovery, not from the state, but from my client, that I need to look into so I can discuss with the state. So we'd ask the court for just one more reset so we can sort everything out.
All right, who's the state on this case? So, he was in jury trial recently, as were we. It seems like Sunday was only yesterday when we were here.
Well, my trial was a not guilty and a dismissal from the state judge, so.
Oh, well, you should
I'm
be
just saying.
doubly ready.
I think he's due his.
All right, so you have any objection to recalling this? All right, so Norma?
Yes.
Recall this for December 10th. Let's see where we're at.
The jury trial?
Yes.
That's fine, Judge. Thank you.
All right, thank you. You're welcome.
I'll be right there.
And we may not still be in trial on another case. We shall see. Now he's on bond.